kana sona Yesu kana sona kana sona Yesu kana sona ay 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 ay. How are you? Good morning, my most wonderful viewers. I believe every one of you had a wonderful night. All glory to God. I'm saying good morning to you anywhere you are watching me from, depending on where you are watching me. While I say good morning to the person, at the same time I will still say good evening to some people who are watching me from different continents, different countries of the world. Hallelujah. Is somebody blessed this morning? I want us to take this very bold, wonderful and most spiritual journey together. You know how we habitually do it. If it's your first time to get to this YouTube channel, you subscribe. The subscription there means to click the red button, then ring the notification bell, share and drop comments. Don't you forget to do that. Yeah, in the other video I was talking about the book of the seer. The book of the seer, the book is authored by me. Also by my humble self. You can see the name there, Prophet Isaiah James. And that's my picture there, looking very radiant and gentle. Am I not? I'm sure I am, because many of my viewers have really comment on my voice. Most of you that wrote and even called me directly to compliment my gentle, bold and beautiful voice. Thank you. Thank you very much, and I sincerely apologize that. God bless you. In order not to take too much of time, let's just quickly jump into the bottom line so that at the end of the day we achieve something beautiful. So I'm going to be reading from this very book, the book of the seer. I'm going to be reading some poetic and prophetic words written down there, and I want every one of us to pay a good attention to this. Actually, I'm going to be reading. It takes the wise to understand where exactly the prophecy is, talking about, where the prophecy is heading to. And I may not explain to us in details what it actually means. So in due time we understand it. The first prophecy here in this book which is the chapter 1. The chapter 1 of the book is titled as Unknown Queen of the East. Unknown Queen of the East. That is the first topic. And this is what the content is like. It says, I see a very small village. In it I saw a very small woman. The young woman will wake up one day and see her pictures fill up the whole heavens, the face of the sun, and also will be famous even in the moon, stars and the cloud. All existence will carry her picture. Her fame will grow very fast and shall greatly beat up the world imagination, only because the dews of heaven will wash her hands. Then the arrow of her hands shall crush all boundaries, all hills, and crossing all seas, oceans, Atlantic Ocean and Oceania, all rivers, and yet will not stop forever. That's the arrow of her hands. We keep on crushing boundaries, all lands, crossing all nations, and will not stop forever. And that is the first thing in the chapter 1, the first content. Hallelujah. And although I'm going to explain this one, this one I'm about to read to us, so that but before then, let me just quickly read this one for us. That's the chapter 2. The chapter 2, a future rising king. Yeah, a future rising king. So or should I just, all right, let me just take you this one. Let me take this one. The prophecy of the crying beggar. The prophecy of the crying beggar is still under chapter 1, okay? The prophecy of the crying beggar. So I read. It's in page 2. Page 2. It said, a beggar's milk will pour to the ground, and the beggar will cry so loud in Arabia. Then I see a strong man rising in the result of his cry. A strong man will rise in the result of the crying of the beggar, and will fetch the spot where the milk was poured, and will press the spot so hard, and the whole earth will cry. The whole earth will cry out and vomit the milk of the beggar. He will give back the milk to the beggar, and the beggar will depart from him with thanks. But the earth will promise to press him too. God will resolve the dispute between this man and the earth. This is more of a future coming activist that will come from the Arabian world. But this is one of my best. That's the chapter 2 now. The beginning of chapter 2 is one of my best prophecy because it goes so poetic and sounds like a story. That was just exactly how it was revealed to me. And I read, I see a slave in a queen palace. Sorry, before then, let me tell you the topic or the title. It's titled as The Loving Slave in Jail. The Loving Slave in Jail. And I read, the prophecy says, I see a slave in a palace. He shall greatly love the queen, but this shall be a secret and will not disclose the secret. He will even intend to keep the secret and to die as well with the secret. He will so much love the queen even more than his life, and will make sure the queen does not find out. Then I see a great celebration in the palace, the second birthday of the queen. But he will have no money to please the queen and will have nothing for the queen as gift. But he will prove to the queen his love. He will sacrifice himself for the queen, sell himself to buy her a gold, imprison for the rest of his life just to buy a gold for the queen. The greatest gold on earth he will buy. All the earth will shock with the gift, and the special gift will grow. We get to the queen. The special gift will get to the queen. I see this gift a torch to the queen, and the queen and the gift shall be all she seeks. I see this gift a torch to the queen, and the gift shall be all she seeks, but shall know no one that sent the gift, and will decide to search for the key. Thus, the queen will decide to search for this very person that sends her this very gift. As a slave in a palace, no matter who you are but a kid in the presence of that of your queen, right? So that's it. When I read it to the end, I will then explain to us, chip in one or two things. And the queen will search for the kid, only to see that he was serving life imprisonment because of the gold. Even though the king will say, send my message to my queen, but don't tell her I'm in jail, and take my present to my queen, but don't tell her I rot in jail. The virgin unmarried queen shall fall in love with the man that is slave. This is the first she will see through love, and the first she will weep for love. First man she will see and love, this man shall become her preacher, at the same time shall be her husband. Okay? It's all about the queen. I see coming that will have a slave, a male slave in her palace, and the slave is going to love her with all of his heart and will concede the affection in order for the queen not to know anything about it. So you see, God is wonderful. So it's possible for a young heart to be in love with somebody. It's possible for a slave to be in love with somebody bigger than him. Just as I said in one of my poem I wrote in Pidgin English, this one na funny story, but they fall for Ajekbako. Then the down ending of the poem, I wrote it as the poor Bako the fall for Bota Back the fall for him, madam. Okay, young guy falling for his boss, falling in love, and could not even control the intensity of his affection. Anyway, that sounds like a story, isn't it? But it's a prophecy. Okay, that's what I see coming. We must have to say it as it was revealed. Okay, have to say it as it was revealed. All right, let me take this chapter 3 for you. I know you're gonna like it. The future coming clashes of science and science. That is the topic. The future coming clashes of science and science. It says, I see a man so good in technology, born with 7 stars. All of this shall be gift for the future. He will see a woman so good in medical and will desire her. He shall be around her for 5 years, and she will refuse him and tell him no, because she will never understand and will not want to understand. She will attack him even in public. At a point, he will lose his gift, all because he thinks of her, and the both are from a rich home. And of course their hands are rich. The both of them shall be made of skills, but the boy will fail and sick just because he thinks of her. Then I see in my secret place of study how all institutions will attack her just because she made him fail. All people will condemn her just because he is not her choice. All the earth will come begging her just because she risks his life. Education will turn away from her, yet she will not change her mind. I take it again, please. Sorry for that mistake. Education will turn on her, yet she will say no to him. Economy will shift from her, but still will not change her mind. But the will not change her mind. The destroy, yet will not change her mind. But the boil will rise on her, fetch acid and pour on her, destroying the sight in her, and the boy will be held responsible for destroying her sight. With acid, he will be sentenced to life imprisonment, and again they will say his eyes be removed. Then I see the whole world rise, and the earth will be filled of crowd. Then protest with lust of lives. So imprisonment will not be approved. The boy, because of the protest, his imprisonment will not be approved. They will only agree that his sight be removed. On the day to remove his sight, the whole mankind will stand and watch. But the next thing that will come from her is forgiveness, so his eyes will not be removed, and the both will end in love. She will gain her sight again. This is the chapter 3 of 8. And if I should go into details in explaining this to us, honestly speaking, we will be very, very shocked and nonplussed for this. So sorry for that little technical problem. All right, let me just go ahead and read the chapter 6 for us. Chapter 6. The topic is Islam and child. Islam and child. Let's go chapter 6, then chapter 6, then page 14. Okay, are you there? All right, let's go now. I just want us to read together. I see a little boy, and the boy shall become a man. He will be born and trained in the mosques. He shall rise in the heart of Islam and suck the breast of Islam. With this he shall grow. Suddenly will rise a huge argument, and it will be the hugest argument in his life. Islam will never experience an argument as huge as that again. His argument will be the greatest in the history of Islam. In the result of this great argument, he will sue Islam to court. Maybe he is suing them for calling Jesus a prophet instead of a god. Not really sure about that, but the argument will not be too far from that. And he shall demand to sit down with all the Islamic sheikhs in the world and all the Islamic scholars in the world. He shall challenge them for a dialogue contest and a great tournament of knowledge. There will rise a huge argument among the sheikhs and scholars whether to sit with him or not. They shall be divided into 3 parties. One party will say, "Let's stone him to death." The second party will say, "Let's sit with him for the dialogue." The third party will insist no, and will say he is too stupid to sit with. But eventually, they will accept the opinions of the second party. Then every Islamic scholar and sheikhs will sit with him. Let me just say, all Islam will sit with him. And I see in the month of May 27, in the future, I see a victory will be given to the boy and will win the dialogue. Imagine a child of their blood will challenge them to a dialogue contest and will prevail. I see a son defeat his father, and Islam shall reform. My eyes was opened in my secret place of studies, and I saw Jesus. Maybe will no longer be called a prophet in Islamic book, either God or silence, or maybe will be done in secret. But according to law, even in Sharia law, he shall no longer be agreed as a prophet again. Sounds very funny. All right, let me take this one. I'm not intending to take too much of time today, just as I said initially. Maybe some other time I will take it. All right, let's go. 11. This chapter 11 now is titled as the second Kennedy, the second John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy II, that's the former president of the United States. John F. Kennedy II. All right, let's go now. It says, I see a foolish man who will enter the White House. He shall be a funny, foolish man, and shall be an identical twin brother of John F. Kennedy, the former president of the United States. He shall look exactly like him. He shall use the influence of his identical looks to get votes to power. White House. He should get voted into power in White House. But he shall be the worst and the greatest mistake the whole world and the entire United States will ever make, because he shall be a total opposite of what John F. Kennedy was. He shall take the beauty and the glory of the White House away, and shall turn the White House into two things that are opposite of the White House. Number one, I see the White House without houses, no rooms, no office, no desks, no chairs, not even a single pen. But the only thing I saw that White House will be turned into is the White House will be turned into bush, and waters shall fill up the whole house, and everything shall float on the waters in White House. These are the two things I saw: grasses and waters. Great, amazing, flooding White House. While he shall be in power, an enemy shall meet him there, even when the waters and bushes shall take over the whole White House. I see him stand alone, and the enemy shall meet him there. He shall stand in the center of the great bush, and a great erosion from all the land shall flow into the White House, and it shall turn it so ugly. White House shall be turned into a place of ugly flooding. I see a bush flooded White House. This is what the second Kennedy will turn White House to be. I see everyone. Let's take it again. I see everyone left White House. Only I saw 2 or 3 people. 1, the foolish man, the foolish president. 2, his enemies. 3, a tiny, wicked, authoritative woman. Such a controlling woman. I see her standing a little bit far from the second Kennedy and the enemy, and she will watch the enemy fight him and torment him. The enemy will fight him with no weapon but a stick of cigarette. The enemy will stand bold with a serious desire to take over his position, and he shall light up the cigarette, and place it on his neck. And the foolish man shall groan and gnash his teeth in pains and dip himself into the flood. Yes, I see erosion in the White House, that even when the second John F. Kennedy will stand tall, his head shall not be seen. his head shall not be seen. Don't worry, we are getting to the end of it now. But the hotness of the fire from the cigarette will boil out from the water in a roundabout form, and he shall jump out of the water and run out of the White House. He will run out of the bushy, watered, and burning White House. He will enter the White House like a fool, and will go out of White House like a fool. There I see a tiny, wicked woman. A controlling woman turns the White House to a tiny little room, sacking and emptying all the people in the White House. And the foolish man shall be the next to be sacked by this wicked woman. He will be the most foolish man that will ever rule in the White House, and has never walked, and the most foolish man that has ever walked on the earth soil. After this great tragedy, I bent my head in my secret place of study, and I saw a lightning out of the lightning come with the word of the Lord. Finally, a stranger has won their tournament. Okay, there I saw a lightning, and in the lightning I saw come to me a word of the Lord, saying, finally, a stranger has won our tournament, but a particular plant shall rise from the White House with so much beauty, but they shall not stop the flooding and the bushes. God bless you, and I would like to stop here. Some other time we take it. God bless you. Don't forget to subscribe, share, click the red button, ring the notification bell. I'm sure your life will not be the same again. Bye. And my usual slogans, I love you.